This program contains harsh language and graphic violence. Parental discretion is advised.
Welcome to episode 1 of Arcturian Apocalypse.
Hello and welcome to the Advanced Age Role-Playing Gamers podcast. My name is Nathan. I'm your host, but tonight we're doing something new. We're done with Battle Lords. No more Twilight 2000 right now. We were going to do some superhero thing, but that never really... That we're going to finish out later. But we're back to Alien. Back to where we started. Super excited. A couple caveats. Tony, you if you're looking at us right now, if you can see us, you'll notice Tony isn't here. He is abandoned us temporarily. He will be back at some point, as well as Malcolm. Malcolm has better things to do right now, but he will be in and out also. So some sessions we're going to have Tony, and some sessions we're not. Same with Malcolm. We love them. We have not totally kicked them out of the group, even though we
not physically.
Sometimes we want to. But anyway, Tyr, who's the worst, by the way, is
the worst. He's embarrassing.
Our game mommy. So thank you, Tyr, for taking the reins for this. Really excited to have you run the game for us. And we have a special guest, another friend of ours from college, Tim. Say hi, Tim.
Hello. Glad to be here.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm sort of supposed to say.
It takes a while for the regret to set in.
Yeah, it'll be here soon enough.
The shame will come.
So I've done my part. I'm going to hand the reins over to Mr. Tyr and take it away, sir.
Okay, welcome everybody, and I'd like to say I'm sorry. I'll be playing the part of the Game Master or the Mother 9000, as it is in Aliens role-playing game. We'll be working this game out of the... What is Nathan doing with his mouth?
Game mommy.
Game mommy. Okay, sure, if that does it for you, man. Whatever your kink is. And we'll be working with the Aliens base role-playing game and the Colonial Marines Operations Manual. So, what you know as players. You are all Colonial Marines. And you Hoorah! You are assigned to the Tambatam. And I will show that in Foundry. Yes, we'll also be using a completely new and untested system to help us with the online role-playing, Foundry, instead of our normal Roll20. So bear with me while we work this, but Chris has helped us out. Nathan has helped us out, and we think we've got it down well. That is the Tambatam. That is your naval vessel, and that it is your unit is stationed upon. Your unit is the Junkyard. It is a unit made of leftovers, scraps, units that have almost completely wiped out, disbanded. All of you have seen action before. But not an intense amount. You are currently in hypersleep, traveling from the outer rim to Outpost Alpha, which I believe is in the Gamma sector. And all of a sudden, in your normal hypersleep dreams that Colonial Marines have, things start to get fuzzy, start to get warm, and the bright white of the bay starts to come into your eyes as your cryosleep pods open. And you hear a voice that you've not heard before, kind of rough, definitely booming and incredibly commanding. It's like, "Good morning, Marines. Time to get up. Come on. Everybody open their eyes." And you rub the sleep and you can't see. There is a gunnery sergeant standing out in front of all of you. He's got sharp BDUs on, and he's got a name patch on, and it says OR. And I was like, "I am Gunnery Sergeant Orr. Welcome, Marines. I hope you all had a nice nap. Everyone enjoy the good food and rest and relaxation upon the Tambatam? Well, I'm sorry to say that is over. Your asses are going to get to work. So, go take your pisses, shakes your cocks, or whatever it is that you have. We don't judge here in the Corps. And meet me in mess in 15, and I'll give you your mission briefing.
Gunny. Jumps
All right, Gunny.
He turns on his heel, heads out to the mess. There's a normal amount of disorientation. You look around. Now, none of you have actually worked together before. You've been assigned to this unit, but it's all been individual. If people want to go around the room and describe their characters, might be a good time to tell everybody what you look like and who you are. Let's start with Sean. Who are you playing?
Hi, Sean. I'm playing PFC George Mason, Colonial Marine, who's a salt Marine. His unit was taken out. They were fighting some rebels. They were getting overrun. He took a position, which enabled him for them to gain victory. But in the process, unfortunately, sadly, his unit had high casualties, and just about all of them were killed, and or later succumbed to their injuries. He was awarded a ribbon and a Bronze Star for Valor and all the good things. A secret the other characters do not know. He has to have a secret that the other characters do not know about him, and he will not reveal willingly to anyone. But he does love being a Marine. He would be your Steve Rogers in World War II. He is that type of person. He's good looking. He's in shape. He is your model Marine. And he believes in the Corps and everything. He's never heard of aliens. He's heard scuttlebutt. He thinks it's all nonsense, trying to, put in by the enemy to undermine everything. So there he is. That's our golden boy.
What is PFC?
George Mason. George Mason's a 6'2", about a 195 build, solid as a rock, in shape, perfect hair, dirty blonde hair with blue eyes, cut jaw, sharp chin, just sharp features, good looking dude. Doesn't have any injuries for all the combat he's been in. He just thinks it's just either good luck or just his good skills.
So for once, Sean isn't playing Sean.
Nope. He truly is he is a gold. He wants to be he is the model Marine. So that's basically it.
Okay. Who would like to go next? Chris?
Sure. So, Jenny McDaniels, as Private First Class Jenny McDaniels, goes by Mac. She's short but solid, a fire plug with a smart gun. Were this any other game, she'd probably be a dwarf with a smart gun. So she was, she's a very angry individual. She's, at 5'2", she's angry at her parents for picking a shitty role to be a colonist on. She's angry at all the people who looked at her short stature and figured she'd never amount to anything on this mining colony. And she's angry at the UPP for turning her home, shitty as it was, into a hellhole of burning death. It's that terrorist act which saw her at the Marine recruiting office, and her decking the recruiter who laughed at the idea set the tone for her relationship with the Marines ever since. No one expected her to get far, but no one expected her to wreak havoc with the smart gun in defense of her unit's outpost, holding off an entire company of UPP-backed separatists who were trying to lay claim to by all accounts insignificant mining colony, for which her squad was tasked with security. She held hostile forces at bay for long enough that the wounded soldiers and mining personnel, and most importantly the execs, could evacuate. She's angry at them too. She was lauded by the command and corporate alike, and was awarded the Galactic Cross for her efforts. It's sitting in a box at the bottom of her footlocker. Her previous unit shattered. She was shipped off on a transport to meet up with the new unit. It's there where she met Private First Class Mason. She's not angry at him. Yet.
All right, that's excellent. Matt, how about you?
Hi, I am Matt, and I am going to be playing Daryl Doc Dodson. He's going to be the corpsman for the unit. Doc, his family is originally from Nigeria, but they moved to London, where he was educated and received his he went to become a doctor, and found out that, oh boy, you got a lot of great skills, but you got a lot of debt. So he joined the Marine Corps to help kind of get himself practicing, to get himself out there. And then he heard weird rumors that there might possibly be other things out there in space. and it completely fascinated him. And although he had planned to spend all of his time kind of on Earth, just being a regular doctor and helping check people up and stuff, on a whim, he decided to go ahead and sign up and get himself posted on a ship. He knew it was going to be a random unit, but he was like, heck, there's no way, if there's any chance whatsoever, there's anything out there that he could dissect and take a look at it, whether it flies, crawls, squirms, he couldn't pass up that opportunity. He has met someone who, before they went into sleep, that seemed to be kind of cool. He brought up a couple conversations, and that is PFC Richard Chapowski. But he doesn't much care for their sergeant. He hasn't, I don't know.
Oh, we're going that deep. I didn't know we were going that deep.
You don't have to go that deep. That's
right.
You know what? I don't really get to go deep that much. So just give it to me, Sean, right?
Some people can't go that deep.
But some people, it's like, you're just like a black hole, Matt, so nobody wants to just jump into there.
All right. That's you, Nathan.
All right. My name is Richard Chapowski. In boot camp, the guys, they start calling me Dick Chopper. It's all right. I don't really care for it, but it's whatever. But I'm the Seaburn specialist for this gang, and my last deployment, they sent us to Ariarchus, to this moon that had some weird bombing, and we went to clean up that place. That was a total fucking nightmare. I don't really know what happened there, and nobody was telling me shit. So, but yeah, I like what I do. When I'm not lighting things up or cleaning things up, then I like to sit back and relax with my old trusty beat up copy of Ray Bradbury's classic Fahrenheit 451. It's pretty cool. But as far as the way I look, I'm about 6 foot, pretty stocky, really like as wide as he is tall, completely bald, just a hair of a neck, just like barely any neck at all. Completely, he shaves his head bald, has little round glasses, just a quiet guy, unassuming, brick wall.
Okay. All right. Also with your group is a Lance Corporal. He's got boyish good looks, a buzz cut with fiery red hair, and he's playing with a knife, flipping it back and forth in his hands, twinkling in the back. He's just woken up out of cryo sleep as well. There are 2 more empty cryo sleep tubes in your unit's hangar. One of them is got it's got the markings for a Sergeant Storm. It is empty and doesn't look like it has been used. And there is one more that for a Lance Corporal Waspy?
Just Wasby.
Wasby.
Shall I introduce Wasby?
Wasby has been, FYI, Wasby has been awake for 12 hours already, prepping the ship and the APC. So this point you'd enter the room.
I'm hoping none of you pukes have thrown up on my deck. But I'll introduce myself. My name is Lance Jacob Wasby. You can call me Lance. I am what would happen if Captain Kirk had a baby with Blackbeard the pirate. Space is my natural habitat. I love living in space. And ships make living in space that much easier. Love my ship. And I will love you. Or at least enough not to kill you. The Colonial Marines are the best way to stay in space and also earn a paycheck, which I can turn around and spend on gear and beer. Bugs aren't a problem. Bugs were put in space by the Almighty just to give us something to shoot while earning that paycheck. Welcome to consciousness. Welcome to the Tombaton. Let's go find some bugs and kill them.
Bugs are a myth.
Okay. Everyone can file into the mess. Grab some reconstituted protein and some coffee.
Get some good chow, yeah.
And Gunny Sergeant standing up before the briefing board. Welcome, sleepyheads. Glad you made it. Grab yourself some Java and sit down. I'm gonna tell you what's brought you out of here out of your little cozy nap holes this early. As you know, we were headed for Alpha Base. Unfortunately, we've had to take a slight detour to an emergency situation here in the Alpha Booty system. Don't laugh.
I'm sorry.
Damn it!
Halifax, you can drop and give me 20. As you hear the giggle, the giggle dying in his throat, there's Lance Corporal Halifax giving 20 on the deck. Let me go over a little bit about Alpha Booties. For those of you who don't know about our fantastic system here. Alpha Booties is a massive giant star, orange, on the main edge of the Bernino star system in the Cestus cluster. There is one small, single Earth-like world orbiting here. Unfortunately, this world is a bit of an oddball. It is tilting at an extreme angle due to an impact with a heavy metal planetoid sometime in its past. You spend any time in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, you're due for an ice-cold winter for 50 years or a boiling hot summer for the same. The only habitable area on the entire planet is in the equatorial belt, which is tilted at almost 90-degree angle. This area is called the Guardian Belt. This world, either called Arcturus or Arctura, depending on who you are and where you're from, is home to aliens. Yep, you heard me, Arcturians. The only real aliens we know about out here in the world. These aliens somehow share 99.988% of our genetic code. You would not know them other than some slight physical differences in their appearance. Do not comment on them. They are friendly people. They live in mesas along that equatorial or garden belt. Fortunately, this planet has been torn and rent asunder by numerous wars. One war called the Dog War. In late 2150s, Arcturus became the focus of a brutal war between our lovely UA and the CANC. That destroyed many of the cultural artifacts and resources for these people. Luckily, we, the UA, saved them. The population currently is said to be around 250,000. However, that estimate is likely to be on the low side. Most Arcturians, after the war, tend to shun contact with off-worlders, even though they used to be friendly with us. Something about having their almost entire race wiped out has put the fear of God in them. So, we have gotten an emergency distress call, and we have had to make a slight hyperspace detour. The main settlement on Arcturus has been seized by a xenophobic bioterrorist group called the Children of the Two Divines. These extremists are led by this crackpot, James Ruedi. R-U-E-D-I. Intel says they intend to wipe out the Arcturian culture by destroying their art and relics. Their ship made a low approach over the planetside trading post and dropped off a drum of QTC on the USCMC station, killing 27 of our own people.
Motherfuckers.
At last report, they've massacred over 240 Arcturians and humans at the planet's cultural center, the Grand Kivas. They flooded the area with CN-20 nerve gas and taken 36 local hostage as shields. On top of that, we think they might have a nuke. What we need you to do, we need you to get in there, is free the hostages, take Janus and his top lieutenants alive for interrogation, and secure any surviving relics for protection. We need to keep civilian casualties at an absolute minimum. The politics surrounding Arcturians are sensitive. We institute Brain Tijal. I cannot pronounce this word because it is not from my language. So you will not laugh. It will be in your printout mission briefing. Ashwala. Apparently, she's connected to a UAAC Special Project Division. We all want the hostages to come home, but protecting her and whatever sensitive data she carries is paramount. Do not fuck this up, Marines. This order comes from UAAC Command Direct. As soon as you have the hostages free, call it in. We'll have 2 squads and 4 dropships standing by to evac the cities and get you out of this crisis situation. Now, to give you some information, we cannot spare any additional units at this time for backup. We have reports of UPP cruisers in this area. We have nearby systems that we must go and patrol and make sure that they do not rain hell down on this planet. So you will be on your own for quite some time. You'll be inserted by dropship, and you will be given APC. Now, questions?
I've got a question, Sergeant.
Go ahead.
You said they use gas. Are you going to be giving us any kind of additional protective gear?
Every Marine in the unit will be issued a rebreather.
Roger.
Your Seaburn specialist will have additional gear and equipment to deal with situations just like this situation.
Yeah, come see me.
Okay. Additional questions?
Yeah, I got a question. So,
I have additional question. What?
Sergeant.
That is correct. Please continue.
Yeah, sure, man.
Oh, son.
Sure, man.
Son, I'm cutting you a lot of slack as you just woke up, but you are real damn near the end of my
Listen,
rope.
Chop, get more respectful. Come on.
I mean, you're gonna drop us down there anyway. So we can talk about that later. But so my question, I usually work with a team of other Seaburn specialists. I don't see anybody else here that I've worked with before. So what's going on with that? Well, I don't know any of these people.
You are a specialized mixed unit with backgrounds diverse for this current situation. You've got assault marines, you've got comm tech, you've got dropship crew for insertion and support, you've got door kickers and ass lickers. Your makeup was chosen specifically for this unit. This is not a Seaburn
I'm a door
specialty.
kicker, right?
You are absolutely a door kicker. If that door was made for cats and small children, you are a door kicker.
Just going on the list.
Hey, Gunny.
Yes, what can I do for you?
PFC Mason. Who's in charge?
Well, your fancy-ass sergeant has volunteered to be a test dummy for a Weyland-Yutani prototype. Okay. And so he will be inserted later into your mission and join you en route. Currently, in charge is the Lance Corporal.
The crew chief? Okay.
Crew chief is in charge until insertion, when your sergeant will join you on planet.
Okay. So no time to train together or anything. We're just dropping right in?
You are all experienced Marines, and I expect you to do your best. This primarily is a cakewalk. Shit. Unless they have a nuke, in which case it becomes a high priority item.
What do you want us to do if they have a nuke?
I mean, poison gas is not really...
The first thing I would say is do not set it off. Secondly, I would say you call up to the Tombaton, and we will assign additional personnel to your location.
Tombaton does have nuke capabilities, right?
Oh yes, the Tombaton has 5 nuclear capabilities. He slaps the bulkhead a little bit. I am very proud of this ship, even though I am newly assigned here. Any additional questions about your mission? You have a mission packet briefing in front of you. I expect you all to become familiar with the information, and the Alpha Booty system before insertion. You have approximately 3 hours.
So we're going to be inserting into Alpha Booty. Is that right? I just want to make sure
we are in the Alpha Booty system correctly.
Okay. And
we're inserting our unit into Alpha Booty.
Will there be multiple insertions into Alpha Booty? Are there multiple landing zones, Gunny?
There is one approved landing zone on the Arcturian planet for your dropship. There are a number of significant features on the planet. There is a private corporation mushroom farm, which is one of the main exports of the local people. You are to show utmost respect to the locals on this mission, as long as they are not threatening you or firing upon your position.
Yeah, and the cultists that are down there, are they running a mission of sorts?
They have a plan. A manifesto was made aware that they plan on destroying the cultural artifacts of the Arcturian people.
Do we
The
know what
UA,
these are?
as an outreach and gesture of kindness, have tried to shelter and protect the Arcturian people and their culture and artifacts.
So these missionaries, do they have a position? Is there a missionary position that we will be attacking as part of our insertion into Alpha Booty?
The mission packet details all information we have on the bioterrorists.
Okay, well, thank you, Gunny. I appreciate it.
Gunny, would you say that the shrooms are alpha bootylicious?
I have not had enough coffee to deal with you children today.
Are the cultists then not Arcturians?
We have very little information other than the information provided about the leader in your briefing packet. There could be Arcturians, there could be off-worlders, it could be a combination of both. Be prepared for either. There could, in fact, be UPP supporting personnel supporting these terrorists. We do not know, unfortunately, have the information at this time. Intel is very scant.
As part of our mission, are we supporting UPP?
What? Oh, excuse me? No. They're the
They're the
enemy.
bad guys.
That's UPP.
Chief, they're the enemy.
We are the UA, they are the UPP.
So,
I see. Gotcha.
so Chief, we're going to go down there and knock the bottom out of the booty, basically. So
That is
I'm
what
ready
I
to
want
go.
you to do, Marines. I want you to get on this planet and knock the bottom out of the booty.
All right, I'm going to get my personal protective equipment on, and I'll see you guys in 3 hours. Gunny, are we relieved?
You are relieved.
Mason, I
And-
think it's pronounced Pilates.
He just he holds his head as he walks out of the. You actually can hear the jangle of a painkiller bottle in the background. You are provided mission briefing packets. You are given information on the Alpha Booty system. You are given information on the Arcturian world, and you want as much information that you have on the terrorists. And it's most of it is what I have given you.
Okay.
So is there a chance that they're right?
Excuse me?
Well, so
Of course
in
they're
your,
not right.
In your information packets,
What, you been
some
smoking
some
something?
additional information you'll read about the Arcturian people. So the Arcturians believe and have believed their entire existence about creator gods that have come down from the stars and made them. So much so that they have created, if any of you are familiar with the Nazca lines on Earth before they were destroyed in the eventual wars in the early half of the 22nd century, they have created Nazca lines at a scale where they can be seen from space.
Huh.
The auroras off this planet and from the orange and from interacting with the orange star are massive. They create a constant shimmering glow, and there is a lot of reflective rocks on the Earth, on the surface of this planet. They were collected and made into kilometers-long sigils that can be seen from space, and you will see them upon orbital insertion. What you were told is the dropship will drop the team off in the flatlands to avoid detection by the bioterrorists. And it will be up to you once upon insertion how you want to tackle the situation, which direction you want to go in. That will all be provided in the maps once you hit the planet.
Do you know about how long that travel distance is from landing zone to target?
Depending on which direction you go, it can be anywhere from a few hours to over a day.
Okay.
Again, that route is going to be provided to you.
So I'll be studying the atmospherics, the weather, the terrain, all that stuff.
The insertion is going to be rough. The magnetics in the atmosphere, which cause these massive auroras, play hell with instruments, communication, and they will not make for an easy insertion. Everyone takes the next 3 hours to gear up. You're all issued rebreather masks, and the Seaburn specialist is also issued 2 Aramat Type 4 assault breaching charges.
Ooh.
Anything else anybody would like to do while they're still in the automaton and gearing up?
Doc will just go through, check all his gear, make sure he's got all the right medicine. So I don't know what's I have a surgical kit, and I'm assuming I've got like some first aid stuff, but I am wondering, would they be willing to issue, are there like, I'm thinking like atropine, right? Like stuff you get if you get hit.
2-PAM chloride.
I don't know if those kinds of things come in a medic kit for like if you're exposed, or do I have to request that in addition to have like, chemical medical medications?
You can request it from Mother.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd put in a request to get some basically like some anti-radiation pills and some antidote, like chem antidotes.
So when you're on the automaton, you can literally just go, Mother, may I?
Oh wow! All right,
Mother may I?
Well, I will. Mother may I?
Your request is denied. You have access to your standard kit and what is on the APC unit.
Well, don't get gassed.
Okay.
But you say that. We should check out what's on the APC.
It's a standard loadout for the APC, and I can give you that information. I'll give you that information next week if you're looking for atropine.
Standard cardboard armor.
It is standard UA cardboard armor.
Awesome.
Fridge stocked full of bear claws.
There is not a bear claw in sight.
Bear claw in sight.
What is this bear claw you speak?
There are no small children on the APC.
Well, if there were, we'd have to kick them right off.
Fuck.
I apologize to anybody who listened to our first Aliens test run. That was.
Oh no! Don't fucking do it now! Don't back out now, you wimp.
You should go back and listen to it if you have.
That's right.
Yeah, it's. You can listen to the sound of a small child being curb stomped through an APC door. So
Any spare legs in the APC?
Well, we've already got a spare Mason, so
They just keep popping up everywhere. I don't know where. Like
it is kind of weird.
they're
So
they're like
3
Doritos.
hours pass. You all meet back at your meet in the hangar, and you are at the name of the dropship is
Miserable Beast.
You got to name it, Tim.
The Scarif. I don't know.
all right.
It's the Scarif.
You're at the Scarif.
Great.
And now you have to wear that shirt every time you play.
Yes, I mean I'm currently wearing the corporate logo of our masters. All right.
Corporate.
You begin orbital insertion, and I am going to show you in Foundry what you see from space. There's the Scarif, and there are the hundreds of kilometers long sigils that you see from space.
Wow.
Along the
there's the
One on
floating
right looks a little
skull.
disturbing.
Yeah, the blowjob.
I was gonna say
funky
that.
sword.
What's going on right here? Is that like a priest and
More
a?
like a freaking blessing going on there, guys. Come on now.
What is going on there? Now that
these
That was a
are
blessing.
as you understand it, these are images to their sky gods.
You're right.
Yeah. It's like the planetary version of For a Good Time.
what does that say? 8, 6, 7, 5? No. Nice.
Shit.
Wow.
Oh, I have a question. Tyr, did you draw these on here?
No, I did not.
They look like you did, though.
So these-
It has your armor.
It does look like my artwork. That's right. No, this art comes from the Alien role playing game, and it
Just keep it above board.
you begin
We're
orbital
professionals.
insertion. You start to hit the electromagnetic blockout zone, and that's when that is when the the real turbulence starts to hit, and that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
Next time on Arcturian Apocalypse.
Stand by to initiate release sequencer.
Primary couplers released.
Tombaton to Scarif, stand by, cross-locking now. Pre-launch cycle engaged. Confirm. Cross-lock and drop station secured.
Affirmative. All drop stations secured.
All right, Marines! This is Scotty Sergeant Orr! Welcome to the Elevator Express ride from hell! I will now be filling you in on the rest of your mission data! You will be dropped in the flatlands outside the butte to avoid detection by the children! You will hide...
Special effects budgets.
You will then move by APC and stealthily intercept at your own discretion based on mission parameters. We have the following intel.
And the feed cuts.
Say again, please.
I'm
See if I can
shaking
do
too much. I can't
Is
hear
there some
him.
way I can possibly...
Dang it. Can't believe I went to Juilliard for this.
You've been listening to the AARPG's actual play story, Aliens Arcturian Apocalypse. Your game mother for this adventure was Tyr. Our unit of colonial marines, the Junkyard, were played by Malcolm as Lance Corporal Maxwell Halifax, the unit's combat technician, Matt as Daryl Doc Dodson, the unit's hospital corpsman, Nathan as Richard Chapowski, the unit's Seaburn defense specialist, Sean as PFC George Mason, the unit's breaching specialist, Chris as PFC Jenna Mac McDaniels, the unit's smart gunner, Kupo as Sergeant Storm, the unit's squad leader, and Tim as Lance Corporal Wasby, the unit's dropship pilot. The Aliens role-playing game is brought to you by Free League Publishing. Arcturian Apocalypse is one of the mission scenarios included in the Aliens Colonial Marines book. We use the Foundry VTT to play this story. Music and sound effects were licensed from SoundQ, Soundly, Boom Library, and additional audio was created by our very own co-host Nathan. Again, thank you for tuning in. Please like, follow, subscribe, and leave a review to help us reach more listeners. And remember, you're never too old to roll.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll
Yeah, we're going to get off now, and it's been great. Nathan, close us out. It's great. It's fine.
Yeah, so
Let me off,
like,
Johnny.
subscribe, download, buy our merch,
Comment.
Hey, yeah, comment. Subscribe to our Patreon because I'm sure by the time this comes out, Matt will have set up the Patreon.
Will he?
Yeah.
And we'll get our new Welcome to Alpha Booties t-shirts by in the merch
Alpha Booty
store.
T-shirts in our Only Dads T-shirt. I gotta
Cannot
finish
wait
making those.
Yep. Well, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.